The rain had stopped. Overhead, a few stars had begun to emerge. The glow of the moon could be seen behind scuttling clouds. Kenny inhaled deeply. The air smelled fresh and clean, suspiciously. He looked up and down the street cautiously, searching for signs of movement. Wet spots on the sidewalk gleamed. He saw nothing else, but still he felt nervous. He wished he had his keychain. Just as he began to run towards Benefit, he heard a cry, "Kenny Holdorf!" The words reverberated as loudly as any thunderclap he heard that night. Kenny stopped and turned so quickly he almost fell. A man was standing in the middle of the street. He was clothed completely in black, from the three-cornered hat that covered his brow to the cape that draped in his shoulders and flowed to his knees. Pardon me, "Boy!" he called. "Come here!" There seemed to be no resisting that voice. His heart hammering, Kenny approached the man. He wished he had done as Caleb. He wished he had listened to Caleb and had never gone from the house. Willingast stood with one hand lifted. From it something glittered in the moonlight. Kenny's keychain. "I still have it, Willingast," said Willingast. Kenny was too frightened to reply. All I need do, Willingast continued, "is fling it away." He made a gesture of doing it, or destroy it. He folded his fingers around the chain. The glitter was snuffled out. "Oh, if I did, if you would remain here alone forever, haunting a world not your own." Or, he went on, dangling the keychain again, "you can return to your world, your home, your life." Teasingly, Willingast seemed to hold it out, as if making an offer. Kenny could not keep himself from reaching for the chain, but Willingast withdrew his hand with a smile. "I told you, at the tavern, that to get it back, you'd have to do something for me. It is time to tell you what that something is." Kenny tried to draw himself up. He wasn't very successful. He felt completely cowed. "What is it?" he stammered. Willingast reached under his cape and produced a double-barreled pistol. Alarmed, Kenny stepped back. Willingast held the gun out before him. He said, "I want you to kill that slave up there." Kenny felt ice close around his heart. "Find my murderer," he said to you, and he did. What you didn't know was that you were looking for yourself. I arranged that just as I arranged it before. Who was it the first time?
Ezra, speak up.
Who was it the first time? Me. But the newspaper said it was a suicide. The newspaper. Willingast said with a scorn. The first time they had it right. Slave killed following disturbance on Olney Lane. No one cared then. But Caleb could not accept that. He insists upon his freedom. So he haunts the house, hoping to change what was. Do you think you are the first to have lived in that house? The first to be haunted? The first to reach this point? No. He is persistent. But I assure you, he always fails, for even as his memory reasserts itself, he brings me back too. Am I not a part of his memory too? And I am there to block him after all. Well, after all, I am a historian, a guardian of memories which I choose and shape. When I arrange things as I want them, The newspaper story also changes them up. You read the revised version. Kenny shook his head. Yes, Wingast went on. You, like all the others have done, will kill him in that room with this pistol. The gun is loaded and primed, Wingast said. Both barrels. Merely draw back the locks. Pull one of the two triggers and it will be done. In case you bungle the first one, second barrel will give you a second shot. When that is done, when I have seen him laid out with his blood on the floor, I shall return the charm to you. Take it, lock the door from the inside, place the pistol by him, then return to your own time. No one shall know. Ever. How could they? Once again, Caleb's death will be reported as a suicide. Brought on by remorse over the vicious shooting of the sailor this evening, as well as the violence visited upon his own people. In one sense, the report will be accurate. He has brought death upon himself. Of course, the right people will understand that it was not suicide. But the person who did it, you, will be beyond all reach and time. I won't do it, Kenny managed to blurt out. I won't. Oh, as with most of the others, you will have remorse, said Wingast. You will try to find a way out. But I believe you will do it. And then you will forget what you did. Why? Demanded Kenny. To save yourself. Dun dun dun, Wingast said coolly, with an almost ceremonial gesture. He placed the pistol on the ground. There, he said. Think of it as a fair exchange. His life for yours. Not a jot more, or less. But fail me, and I swear by all the powers I command you, you will stay here. I shall give you until dawn. Dun dun dun. So saying, Wingast turned and limped down the street, leaving Kenny alone. Recovering his senses, and he sprang to the pistol and picked it up. I won't do it, he screamed. I won't! But the street was empty. Wingast had blended with the shadows. Kenny looked down at his hand. He was holding the pistol. The end!